Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Halloween episode 21 I think it is, of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and it's actually one of the best clip shows. Also, if you can't see it, Devon's t-shirt, or like the thing, got it while at MCM, absolutely love it. So I'll possibly wear it for more reviews, but you're going to probably see it all the way through. I just know that in case you're like, what is that? It's just so cool. You'll probably see it in much more videos. Anyway, let's begin. Let's start this review. So if you like this sort of video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Now, with clip shows, I can't stand them because it's majority of, I think they're pretty much really lazy. It's like, oh, do you remember what happened in the season? Let's do it. But this one, I generally really liked. Mainly because it seemed like they had a lot of fun in this episode, rather than just the generic, hey, how are you doing? It's this. I have reviewed the Christmas episode, and we'll talk about that later. But with this one, it felt like they had a lot of fun with it. And I know the actress Jackie, who plays Zoe, said this is her favourite all-time episode, and you can see why. We open up that all the Rangers, bar Devon, are actually in costume. Ravi is dressed as Sherlock Holmes, Zoe is dressed as a Viking, Nate is dressed as Dr. Frankenstein, and Steele is dressed as Frankenstein's monster. Now, I don't know if anyone has picked up on this, I don't know if anyone has said anything, but it kind of reminded me of Tommy's costume when he was dressed up as Frankenstein's monster. I just generally thought that was a kind of maybe a throwback to it, or generally that they wanted to do Frankenstein's monster again. So that was kind of interesting, and maybe a reference to Mighty Morphin. But because they're all dressed up, they're going to watch a scary movie. That Nate has found a scary movie, and when he says, I found it from a free streaming service, I generally thought that he had torrented it or something. The Rangers are all kind of waiting there. They turn on the film, they start watching, and Scrozzle hypnotizes them to make them believe that they are in their costumes. They are what they are wearing, and I generally thought this was kind of an interesting one. And also, kudos, because every single time they've done something like this, or something similar, they never get Steele, and Steele is more like, oh, well, they've never affected me because of my robot brain, or part of me is a robot, you know. So kudos for getting Steele in this one. As soon as they do this, Scrozzle tells them that they are the costumes. Devon walks in as the kind of everything is finishing, and he thinks that they're going to turn. And now I would have done that. I would have turned around to the Rangers and gone, destroy the base. Just go for it. You know, morph, take over the base and destroy it. Would have worked a lot better. Zoe, Nate, and Steele all run out the lab because, first of all, Zoe wants to go get food, and Nate, I think, is just scared of Frankenstein monster, and then basically Steele wants to kind of be like, hey, you've created me, and kind of want to spend time with him. Ravi starts looking around the room as Sherlock Holmes, and when Devon goes up and says, look, you know, you got to snap out of this, you know, Scrozzle's done something, Ravi doesn't know who Devon is, and Ravi refers to the only orders that he takes are from Scotland Yard. And again, I kind of really like this because I think that like Ravi's putting on an English accent. If I meet him at Power MorphCon, I will possibly ask him to do his best English accent. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned for that next year. Devon decides then to he has to play up to kind of make them believe on certain things. So he goes through the costume box and he finds an old policeman's uniform. Put there normally, isn't it? Put there. I generally really like the fact that they actually got this right and they just didn't use something else or something that looked like a police officer's outfit. So again, kudos to the prop set department, whoever looked into this and went, this is what we've got to do. This episode is full of coolness so far. Devon then kind of says like he's got a mystery, a missing person, and Holmes decides to help him. Devon then starts talking about Ravi, what he's done, blah, blah, blah. That's the clip parts that we get. As soon as that's all over, what Ravi's done throughout the entire series, Ravi wakes up. He then realizes that he was hypnotized, and this is wherefore he then helps Devon actually try and wake the others up. Devon says, you go after Nate and Steele, I'll go after Zoe, and then he dresses up like a Viking. Just before Ravi dresses up, he tells his mom to lock down the base or that floor that he's on and evacuate it because he doesn't want anyone to get hurt. In the end, the commander or his mum doesn't actually kind of believe him, but she does it anyway because there's a lot of stuff going on. We then switch to Devon, who then sees Zoe just attacking just really attacking this vending machine. Devon comes out and tries to kind of like talk to her. Zoe then turns around and says, "You're trying to get my stuff, you're plundering, this is not going to happen," and she starts attacking. Now, one thing I've never seen, and I don't know why the Rangers have never used this, but Devon pulls out his morpher and he fires this rope to go around it, which we've seen through Roxy and Blaze. So you kind of think, why didn't they use that all the way through the series? You know, obviously the episode is kind of in the middle, or kind of near the end, shall I say, but it's kind of a mixture. But, he then sits Zoe down and she's like, "Oh, you won this one. You know, I'm a bad warrior." Devon starts talking to Zoe about Zoe, which then kind of wakes her up from her trance, and she's wondering what's going on. Nate and Steele are running around the lab. Steele is saying, "Why don't you love me?" And Nate's like, "You're a bad creation. No, just no." Which is Nate being scared of Steele, or Frankenstein being scared of Frankenstein's monster. Ravi just busts in straight away and ties them both up and says that they need treatment because something's gone wrong, and they sit them down. Now, all three of them, Ravi, Zoe and Devon, are all kind of therapists or counselors. They talk about Nate and Steele to them, which then wakes them up from their trance, and they're wondering what's going on. The Rangers have communicated, said that Scrozzle has been spotted downtown, and they've got to rush all the way there to kind of save the city. Meanwhile, downtown, Scrozzle with Spiketron has actually now got some Morph-X in a truck, and it's taken them all morning. You generally think it'd be a lot easier than a whole morning, but Scrozzle is so confident that the Rangers are running around thinking that there are other people, that they won't be able to come down and stop them. Lo and behold, Scrozzle, what happens? Boom! The Rangers arrive and they rush downtown and they morph straight away, and we get a little bit of a fight. But meanwhile, just before Scrozzle teleports away, he sends down a Giga Drone. He calls more Tronics and they all start fighting properly. Hence, the little bit of a fight breaks out. Zoe and Devon rush off and call their Zords and they start fighting, but they do find out that the Giga Drone then turns into a Deltatron version, a Delta model, which then creates a different version of one straight from the back, and boom, more fighting breaks out. Ravi then rushes off to join the others and calls his Zord, and they start fighting again. Now, one thing I have noticed is that they tried to form the Megazord, but for some strange reason it's lost a lot of Morph-X, and I don't know why. Maybe the attack from the two Giga Drones are actually draining its stuff because of the shield. But the Rangers then have their Zords split apart, which again you don't really see, because it formed the Megazord really quickly, and now it was over in maybe a couple of seconds. As Ravi's Zord takes a few hits, Nate and Steele come out of nowhere after they've defeated all the Tronics as well as Spiketron, and they start attacking. In pretty much the very end, they form their own Megazord, take out the Giga Drone and stuff like that, and it pretty much kind of ends right there with the fight. The Rangers return to the base. They're going to continue on watching the films that they've got. They're going to watch it from a proper site. The site that was up online from Scrozzle has been taken down, so Nate was the only person to access it. Coincidence? Maybe Scrozzle thought that, but you know, could have taken over the entire city. Either way, the Rangers then are kind of like relaxing, and suddenly Devon busts in a ninja suit and says, you know, and attacks, and everyone's like, what the hell? You think there would be, I'd laugh if there was a little bit of a fight going on. That would be kind of cool to see. But Devon says, you know, he's a fan of this ninja film, so he decided to dress like it, since he dressed up all day, and it was actually a lot of fun. There we go. And then the episode kind of ends there. Now, my final thoughts on this is I generally really like this episode. I thought it was very unique and different compared to the past clip shows that we have, because from what I remember from the past, there isn't a lot to it. It's just like, hey, do you remember this? Or, you know, that time when we did that, and there's not a lot there. So this is an entire really good episode. Just thinking about then, I don't know where Ben and Betty are. I think it'd be really cool if they thought they were superheroes, and then that carried on. But they decided not to use them in this one. But this whole episode is so much fun. I really like seeing Zoe as a Viking. I really liked the Sherlock Holmes and the police officer type thing. That was very thought out and just wasn't lazy. So that really made it for me. And generally this entire episode felt like it was fresh and new. But when we come to the Christmas one, not so. Spoilers for that one, but we'll jump into that one very, very soon. So either way, this was a really, really, really good episode. Possibly one of my favorites up there. And I really hope that as we go forward with next year, the year after, etc., etc., we will see more episodes like this. So Ranger Nation, I'm going to ask you, what did you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you not? Do you like clip shows? Do you hate them like me? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this video, then like, favorite, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Hit that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And also leave a comment. And as always, Ranger Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.